Hey friends, let me find myself, get myself shared. So I am the 10th presenter for today's event. Up after me will be Miss Wendy from Dusty Granny's Creations by Wendy. So make sure that you stay tuned and watch what she has to do. So today is Crafter's Choice. It's the end of the month. So at the end of the month, the event usually is a Crafter's Choice. But, you know, this is T's paper crafting, friends. So we do need to incorporate paper in some form or fashion. And whether you are decoupaging, whether, you know, it could be napkins, it could be tissue paper, it could be wrapping paper, it can be regular paper, rice paper, mulberry paper, anything that you want. Okay. Hi there, Miss Terry. How are you, my friend? Hello there, Miss Michelle. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I am. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friends. All right. So, that's where that thing ended up. I was wondering where it went. Okay. Let me get you guys turned down. So, yesterday, we started working on an album, a baby album that I will be gifting in May. And I told y'all we were going to be working on it little by little. Hi there, Miss Yadi, Miss Amy. Last night I popped on for my Tuesday craft and chat on Whatnot, and we worked on the cover a little bit. Hi there, Miss Wendy. So we ended up creating some appliques from the second, you know, the fabric that had the larger animals. We cut them out. I sewed them onto a little bit of batting. You can use felt or anything like that. Hey there, Miss Sheila. Oh. Okay. Well, that's just lovely. Okay, there I am. Yeah, duh. Thank you for letting me know that I put the wrong one out in there. Goodness gracious. I saw the little red thing and I saw myself talking and I was like, okay, there we go. Okay, so welcome to T's Paper Crafting Friend event group, where we use paper and we are working on a journal. And yes, right now I'm showing you guys fabric, but this is gonna go on my paper. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Me and my dorky self. So what I was saying was, you know, we had cut out the larger animals from the fabric that kind of went with this one, and then while I was doing the craft and chat, I just sewed them on, and I did add some backing. I did add some batting here because I want this to be soft. I want the whole cover to be soft on my board. Thank you. But I really like how this came out because it really gives you like this raised texture on here, other than the lion. The lion came out really flat because I went in and did his mane and it just kind of made him flat, but oh well. So I didn't do the elephant's ear or the hippo. I didn't trace his mouth because I wanted them to actually be puffy, and I realized that was wrong. Alright, Poppy. I love you. Be safe. And this is just held on with a little bit of Fabri-Tac, and this is what we're going to attach. Yeah, me and my dorky self. Alright, I did have to go back and redo and do this a little bit larger. So if you guys did join me yesterday, we did do this cover here, okay? And it was just a little smaller than what I needed it to be. So that's not nor here nor there, because I did the same process, just larger pieces, and still used a mailer. As you guys can tell, there's the safety stuff. And then this I'll just keep to do something else. So that's not an issue. That will not go to waste at all. So, but as you can tell, I did leave the space here for my spine. So my spine's going to sit right in here, and then this is going to go over. So we are actually going to start attaching this. I thought about putting the baby's name on the front, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, at least for now. So we're going to start gluing all of this stuff in. Okay. So the concept for making this is the same. Like I said, I just went and did it a little bit larger. So thought hubby was gonna wait for his clothes to finish to get dry. I guess not. And I'm going to start with the spine first. And get this in here. And get it attached. And then we can, you know, we can move around from there. So hopefully everybody has had fun today watching everybody. We still have one presenter left, so make sure that you are sticking around to see what she is going to do. Hey there, Miss Alicia, how are you? Welcome in, friend, welcome in. Hope that you are doing well. And we're just going to cover. I'm going to do the cover part. Glad to hear that you are doing good, my friend. I'm glad to hear that. So, yes, as Miss Carla was mentioning, where her and Miss Yadi were talking about being excited to meet each other, I am hosting an in-person retreat in Oklahoma at the end of July. There are still 2 in-person spots available, and there is a virtual option. We have several of our friends who are not able to be there in person, but they're going to be joining us virtually, which is super fun. And so I hope that maybe if you guys are either close to Oklahoma or you can make it out that way, we'd love to have you. It would be super fun. And then if you're a creator or you have a little small business and if you would like to gift something for the goodie bags, I would really appreciate it. You can reach out to me and we can chit chat about that. I already have one of my friends who's local. She actually already gave me some stuff for you guys, so I actually need to do a little thing and showcase her. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. Starting to put kits together, getting some fine detailing done. But yes. Hi there, Miss Krista. Miss Krista is one of our friends that will be joining us virtually. Okay, so as of right now, the spine itself is attached and the two covers. So now we need to start, you know, going inside. Okay, so for this part, I still need to miter and cutter off the corners. I'm not too worried about the fabric being in here because we can still bend it, and fabric is very it's very thin and pliable. Hey there, Miss Amanda, how are you, my sweet friend? So this is fine, but if you notice the paper, we did cut it in a V so that way oh yay, Miss Wendy. Miss Wendy is also going to be sending us some goodies for the retreat. I'm super excited, y'all. But yeah, Miss Amanda, Mandy, you should come and join us. It'd be so much fun. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have anybody, honestly. I am just honored that you guys want to come and learn from me, and you know that you guys are, you know, investing in me. I really do appreciate that. And you know, like I was telling the girls, my biggest gift is that I get to see you guys and I get to hug y'all. You know, that's my biggest gift. So yay! Oh, really? I've heard you're the second person who's mentioned Mustang, Oklahoma. I am not 100% sure where that is. I really don't. I know where we're going. I know where the airport is because we passed by Tulsa to get there and all the good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing my sides inward, okay? Oh, yes, the cruise would be so much fun. Y'all, so, and I know Miss Vicky mentioned it too. In February, I already have a group of rooms booked out for a cruise retreat leaving out of Florida. And we'll have 4 days of crafting at sea, along with we'll be going to see some really cool ports, and then just all the amenities on a cruise ship are just awesome. Like, I love to cruise. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you and you want to get away from the cold in February, come with us to the South Caribbean. I think that would be like a blast. So, you've never been on one? Oh my god. Look, I'm a cruise junkie, I'll say it. I love to cruise. It became a way that we could like vacation with the kids, because you know the food is included, the entertainment is included, you know, there's just lots of things that go, you know, that happen on the ship, and it's just a lot of fun. So it became a very less expensive way to travel, let's put it that way, because by the time, you know, you calculate hotel and you calculate food, 3 meals a day, you know, if you try to go to like amusement parks or, you know, entertainment things or whatever, that's gonna cost you. So by the time you start adding stuff up like that, you know, it gets expensive. And when the kids were little with my ex, in total we had 7 kids, so it was expensive to try to do them. Plus with cruises you can make payments, which is a really good thing. So the cruise is February the 18th through the 26th. We are going on Carnival with their new Italian themed. So everything's like supposed to be like Italian looking and this, that, the other. The Firenze. I've been on a lot of cruises with Carnival. I looked into other cruise lines, but finding an itinerary was the biggest thing. An itinerary where we could have multiple days at sea and go to maybe some places that are not as common, because like everybody goes to the Bahamas when you do cruise and stuff like that. So we're trying to look for some places that are a little less common, and that one just worked. Girl, birthday cruise, we'll celebrate. And the thing about the cruise too is, like, if you know you want to come with your family, you can come with your family, of course. You know, if you want to come with your hubby or with your partner, sister, best friend, crafting buddy, you know, we do have to put deposits down by June 2nd to lock in the prices that I'd locked in when I first put the group in. So, and then after that you can make payments all the way up to November, when the cruise line requires final payment. So, alright, let me clean my hands right quick because I got a lot of gunk on them. Look how cute that looks already. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I love to cruise, and I was like, being able to cruise, go to some ports that I've not been to either, There's one I've been to, but there's two that I haven't been to, or at least I don't remember going to. How about that? Because we're going to Aruba, Curacao, Grand Turk. I've been to Grand Turk. Love Grand Turk because as soon as you get off, right there is the beach and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Your birthday's on the 22nd. Look, you'd be right in the middle. We'd be celebrating your birthday too, dear. Look at how cool that is. Oh, that would... See, y'all can plan on coming. Like I said, come with your, if you need help with, like, flights and stuff. And we'll be getting, a hotel group rate. Because I know that it'll be easier for, people to come in the night before. In many instances. So we'll be working all those details out as we get closer. For anybody who needs it. All the stuff. Yeah. I know my friend Wendy's excited to go to Curacao to go and do some sea glass hunting. But that's what she loves. She loves to get sea glass and do like wire jewelry and you know, do them for like dangles for her journals and stuff. So I know she's excited about that. Alright, let me try and get a paper to go on in the inside here. So for the inside I am going to use paper. And I have a stack of boy themed papers right here. Yeah, that one, that is so cute. That one kind of goes with the theme, right? Biggest thing is that we'd have to consider that it's not wide enough, because I did make this longer, well, a little larger, so we will just have to keep that in consideration. That's all. Let me see, what else do we have? Babies first. Babies first, that's doggy. I think we can make it with this. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm going to end up cutting this down to about the middle, and then we'll work on placing the rest. That is what we will do. Well, looky, what you up to, girl? I am making a baby journal for my bestie in Savannah that's pregnant. Her baby shower is next month. That's what I'm working on. What you up to? Hi, Miss Deb. Welcome, welcome. Your birthday is February the 26th? Oh, the other day when I was on like super early, which was really weird, she was actually on. She got me to use bling in my craft. Because Nika's all about the bling, so She was like, bling. And I'm like, well, I have bling, but I really don't normally use bling. So, yeah. That's how we roll. Really? That was your dad's birthday? Wow. That's something. Girl, why you ain't say hi with that bitch to me? You funny. You are funny. Let me tell you, it is time for new blades. Whenever your thing starts to fray like this, it's because you need new blades. Just an FYI. Making sure I have this on the right way. Okay, so we're going to glue this in. I love you too. You better not be driving. Y'all, I've known Lanika for years. We actually met at a Girl Scout day camp. We were both there as leaders volunteering because our daughters were there. Them little tiny girls, and now look, one's a Marine and the other one graduates this year. Y'all, how time flies. Hey there, welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in, Miss Renee. Oh, crud. I did what I did not want to do. I've been able to get rid of you since. Oh, you're funny. Girl, I wouldn't want to get rid of you anyways. This damn paper. Messed it all up. So, since today is being a Monday, we are going to talk about what do you do when your paper tears like that. Alright, so let me get the other paper I was planning on using. Where did you go? There was one with stars that was going to match really well. They'll be fine. They'll survive. Girl, they've been through worse. And we still here. We are still here, and that is all that matters. And for my friends who are coming in person to the retreat, y'all will get to meet her because she's tagging along for the ride. Oh, no, you're okay. Yadi, if you need to go rest, you are totally okay, my friend. I would rather know you got some sleep and then you know, see what we do later. So, yeah, exactly. You improvise. Correct. I can give her to friends because I'm too sweet. Is that the reason? Because if that's the reason, I might want to rethink my sweetness. Nah. Y'all too funny. Y'all are too funny. Right? That's what I'm saying. Go to bed. Like, it ain't that serious. Because we still have Wendy who needs to be on and everything. So, And you gotta be up early, bright-eyed, bushy-eyed for them little ones. I know how little ones can be. So, no, you go get you your rest. You need it. Me not be sweet. Can y'all see that? Could y'all ever see that? For those of you who like know me and have been around me or even have hung out enough around here, y'all think I could stop ever being sweet? I just cannot stop being myself. How about that? And I wouldn't want to. Because then who would I be? So, lesson for today. Be yourself. Even if that attracts crazies. It'll be alright. I think I did cut this right. So all I'm doing is I'm coming just a little bit over, and then we're gonna go there. I'm excited too. What you talking about? I am super excited. Yo, I've been researching to make some tools, and I need to get some material so that I can start playing with some ideas, because obviously I'll probably have to do some tweaking and things of that nature, right? No littles here, awake all night. Yeah, it's, it's hard. Like, well, not only have I had littles, But I also did, for a time, actually work at a daycare before my daughter came along. I mean, never what? What am I never doing? Girl, I've been in the car with you. What you talking about? No, we're not going to throw you out the car because you acting up. Because I already know what to expect. You forget, I've been in the car with you. I mean, yeah, if that's the case, we'll just tie you on the roof like Carla says. Yes, I know you had little ones too. And you've also worked with little ones. So, for those who may not know, Lanika's actually worked with special needs kids in the public school system. She's done that. I don't know, you act up, maybe I'll do it on purpose. Just saying. Nah. We'll have fun. It'll be fun. We may have Caroline thinking that we're just a bunch of nutsos, but you know. Yes, God is good. What the heck? This side tore too now. Alright, well this paper is definitely not liking to be manipulated at all. It is very thin, and it is like, nope, I don't want you handling me. It is just, Y'all, when me, Lanika, and Lisa, who's my other friend here locally, when we get together, who I met her in Boy Scouts because her son was in my den. And we've been friends ever since. So, but yeah, when we go out, oh my god, the stomach laughs. I am not putting any bling on this because this is for a baby. So this is not gonna have bling on it. Now, if you want bling on your journal when we're making it, that's totally fine. You can have all the bling in the world. If you remind me, I'll bring bling just for you to add. I'm not gonna put glitter on it. No glitter. No, no glitter. No. That is definitely a no-no. Girl, every time I use glitter, my cats shine, okay? Because it gets everywhere. So, I'm not doing that. Exactly, no bling for a baby boy. And I gotta make. The one that I'm gonna do for my sister is probably gonna end up being, that I'll probably end up making it. See, what we can do is we can put something like some ribbon on it to cover. That we can do. Yes, it's for a boy. I know right now there's a lot of like yellow type going on, but this is for a boy. This is for a boy. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that my sister would have a little girl, but she's also having a boy. So, the testosterone is strong. What can I tell you? I don't know if that's because both of them are later in life or what it is, but yeah. Boys, boys, boys all around. But yeah, so we can end up putting some of this cute ribbon on here on both sides, and it'll be fine. It'll work. Let's try to clean some of this up though. And then I need, if I cannot find a printable that works for what I want this to be, then I might have to actually make the printables to go on the inside. You know, where moms can keep a track of all of the baby things. You know, all the baby accomplishments and all the little things that you write down when baby's on his way. And because like Caroline always has a field day looking through Joshua's album, because that was actually the year that Costa Rica made it to the World Cup. So I kept a tracker. I kept a soccer tracker in there as like what was happening, you know, around the time that I was being born, what was happening in history, you know, keeping track of things like that. Did all kinds of stuff, y'all. And who would have thunk it that that was journaling? So, if it was a girl, my vision is good. You can still put shiny for boy too, you know. Y'all New Yorkers, show out. I have 3 boys, 3 boy books. But you could tell it was a boy. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm going to use to tie my ends and make that portion, you know, not so much of an issue, I guess. Girl, I don't know if it's because you're a New Yorker or just because it's you. It's good I did what? Yeah, I know we got so much to catch up on. Girl, when you going to Cali? y'all, keep my baby boy in y'all's prayers. He has been moved from his base. They have sent him with the Marines to do recon training. So, please keep him in your prayers. I know it's just training, but, you know. And I know he's going because he's the doc. You know, he's the doctor. But that's still... Yeah, we have been journaling all this time. It's just, it had a different name. You know? And that's the thing, you gotta write all that stuff down. Like I said, Caroline loves looking at Joshua's books. She gets mad because she doesn't have one. Hey there, Sybil! How are you doing? So we're just using some cute ribbon, and I actually think this ribbon came from the dollar store, if I remember right. If I remember right, that comes from the dollar store. You know, when you were, you know, as a young lass, if you had a diary, you were journaling. I didn't do the diary thing because my dad or my brother would have been looking at it. So, I think I tried it one time, and I was like, no, I am definitely not doing that again. There was no privacy. He's still in Oki. It's just a different base. And I do not know what the name of the base is. I don't remember. I know Caroline knows. Or she'll remember what it is. I don't remember what the name of the base is. But he's still there. It's just, you know, he was excited and kind of bummed out at the same time because he was doing martial arts training. And he had to stop his martial arts training to go do that. So he was a little bummed out about that part. I'm like, dude. I'm like, oh my god. Girl. I got grounded regardless. Because I would always end up taking the blame for my brother. And my dad was of the mentality that I was the oldest, so I should have been keeping an eye on him, type thing. So, it was always my fault. I always ended up being grounded for one reason or another. Not all the time, but yeah. My brother says that I was always the goody two-shoes. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. I got into trouble. What you talking about? He just remembers always fighting with my dad. But I'm like, yeah, okay. Alright, so, question. Should we put book corner pieces? Let me grab some. No, I should have done that before I started gluing everything in. I could have, but I didn't. So I have silver. We could do silver. I have gold. Obviously, I'm not going to do rose gold for the boy. This is too vintage. I don't know how that looks. I don't know how the vintage one looks. But yeah. Maybe gold. Maybe we'll do some gold edges for these. Yeah, I can't, since I've already glued all of this down, I can't do that. If I would have done, I could have done it, but beforehand, and added a window for sure. If I would have thought of that. So should we go gold or should we go silver though? So there's the gold. And there's the silver. What y'all think? Gold or silver? Only because, like I said, that I think is too dark for a kid's book. For me, it's too dark. You like the vintage look? You like that one? Alright, so so we have one silver, we have one vintage, one silver, one vintage. Anybody else? What are we thinking? I can do a window, probably with like with one of the CD cases. I have those, and we can add that to like the very front when you open up, to add a picture of the baby in. You like the vintage also? Alright, so we've got two for the vintage. Actually, the vintage looks good. Okay. Alright, so we are going to go vintage then. Okay. And I just got that from Amazon because I was tired of my my regular pliers messing it up. And these are great because they help to cover, especially if you have either paper or fabric. Cut it with my laser. Well, no, because then I'm gonna, well, no, I actually don't want to cut this with my laser because it has batting in the back, and that will catch fire. So I definitely cannot do that. Oh, we've got more for silver now. Yeah, I can do that. And maybe add it on, add it here so they can slide a picture in. We can do that for sure. Okay, so we had vintage, vintage, vintage. Fire it up, baby. Very funny. And then we have silver, silver, okay. Y'all, seriously? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna catch the house on fire, Nika. No, 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 no. That is not the kind of call that I want to be giving you one day. Alright, I guess I have to be the one to break the tie then. let's go silver, because to me the vintage is giving me like old look, and this is a little new baby. So let's go, let's go, yeah. Let's do something that looks a little new. How about that? Y'all like how I count? My fingers all messed up, y'all. It's funny. Oh my gosh, I'm so funny sometimes. Okay, so this is where this new set of pliers is supposed to really help, because I'm tired of my other ones messing up. Oh my gosh, Nika, you are just trying to give me a hard time now. I have come to the conclusion that you are just trying to give me a hard time. At this point, that is my conclusion. You are just trying to give me a hard time. We're going with silver. Screw it. Yes, I do have, and I'm actually going to hang a dangle charm from that side. I think I'm going to try to spell his name out like in beads in the charm dangle, because I thought of sewing it on here, but y'all, that was gonna be way too much work. Alright, so I am going to finish to put my corners on, okay, and we are going to go, because I need to get Miss Wendy shared in. She is our last presenter for today's event, and I want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I can't wait to see some of y'all in person, and like we were saying, if you can come in person to Oklahoma, I still have 2 spots. If you want to join us but cannot travel, there is a virtual option, and we would love for you to come and join us and hang out with some of the shenanigans and stuff that we'll be doing. So, love you guys. I'm gonna go and get Wendy shared in, and we will continue working on this album little by little together. So thank you guys.